Hello, YouTube! Made it to the end of another work week. Albeit a pretty short one for me. I was off a couple days. Had a stomach bug. So, it was a 2-day work week. Can't complain. Except my leave. My leave complains, but I gotta save some for the boat here. The weather isn't working out very nice for the lake. Every time you think it might be able to get a shot at going up for the first time, it just rains. We've been getting a lot of rain, which, from what I've seen on the news, there's a whole lot of people that would like some rain on the west side of our country. So you kind of gotta keep that in mind and not complain. It could be worse. Seen an article, it showed that Lake Mead was over 100 feet lower than what it's supposed to be. I believe that's the right one. Lake Mead's one of the ones that's really low. It's the one that feeds the Hoover Dam, I believe. If not, I could be wrong on that, but the one that feeds the Hoover Dam hasn't been considered full since the year 2000. So I'm not sure what weather shifts been going on, but it's definitely changing. I am not an expert in those fields at all, but I did see where they found remains of a body in a barrel. It was just bones, you know, because it had been submerged underwater for so many years, and now it's, you know, it was completely out of the water, and I don't think they even have a clue about whose they are. It's been so long ago, from what I read. It's before they probably kept track of dental records and stuff. So anyhow, on the brighter side, I have one decent day here. So I get home, I need to plant some things in my garden. I have a few more pepper plants to put in. I need to lay down a little plastic first, and then I have to mow my grass because it's calling for a chance of rain the next 3 days. So I'm going to try to get it all punched into this evening. So anything that happens on those other 3 days could be a bonus. It could be fishing. Could be relaxation of some sort. But I'm not going to be trying to plant peppers in the rain or put plastic down in mud. And just want to get it all done. And my grass is really bad. It has been growing so fast because of all the rain we got last weekend. I did start feeling a little better on Tuesday, so I went and got a scoop of mulch thrown in my old short bed pickup. And I like using my old pickup for mulch and stuff because it's so low to the ground. It's not like these newer trucks that I don't even know how the hell you'd use them unless you were an NBA star, because everything's so high off the fucking ground. I remember when I worked construction, we had you know, the 90s models F-150s, and they had toolboxes on the sides, and you could reach over the side of the bed and you'd grab whatever. You grab your shovel or grab whatever you needed. It was in the truck, you know, as long as it was on that side of the bed, you know. And now you walk up to a pickup truck and you're not going to just reach over the side of the bed and grab something. That's kind of taking some of the usability out of the whole deal. Their work trucks are, I mean, I guess they're still work trucks, but I just don't know why they had to make them so high. So I'm using my 1969 Chevy, and I haul mulch in it. Windscreen's gonna be down today, so hopefully the wind's not too bad. We'll see. We'll check it out. I'll try to make it not painful to watch today. That's always a plus, right? One thing I think I'd like to get into is going to these events that the motorcycle, or the motorcycle manufacturers put on. I guess they call them free rides or whatever, where you have to go, you sign up, show them your license, insurance, I believe, and then at least your license, and you sign up to ride the different motorcycles. I think that'd be cool, and I could do this format and just share my unbiased experiences on them. I think that would be a neat thing. So I need to keep an eye out for that and try to find the ones that are fairly local to me and try to get a day to go do that stuff, because I think that would be pretty fun. Of course, then it might show me that I want to buy something else, which I really don't want to. I really like this old Connie for what I need it for, but I'm sure they've had plenty of time to come out with something a lot nicer that would spoil the shit out of me. I like sitting up on the bikes. I think it'd be a big change for me sitting on a cruiser style. So it would just be something neat to try. So I hope I can do that, because that would be neat for content as well. And it would show people at home, that are looking at buying something. Maybe I can help somebody make a decision, which would be really neat. I think the unbiased guys, that aren't getting any kickbacks or anything, would be definitely the ones I'd want to listen to. I don't have the knowledge, I'm sure that some of the people have about motorcycles in general, but I know what comfortable is, I know what fast is, I know what sucky brakes are, so it's a start. In case I didn't tell you already, it's pretty damn nice out. I don't know if guys you can really see this. It's just we're in the shade right now, but up closer to the mountain, it's the sun shining, and you get the contrast of the shade, and then you look out ahead and you see the sun. This look neat. Do have a lot of wind buffeting here. Clear. I've came through that intersection 8 times. Not so much lately in the last couple years, but I bet you I've been through that intersection 1,000 times, and I've only had 1 or 2 where you go to turn and there's somebody coming and you need to make a real quick decision if you're standing on it or pulling back into your original lane there. I've had more luck with just keeping your speed up decent and turning a little early as soon as you see the opening, and then you go. Some people slow down almost to a stop. It's like you're gonna cause an accident, buddy. Played hooky Monday morning. Took my kids fishing. The fish were biting great. The trout were biting great. They weren't huge fish. They were all around a foot. It was good fishing. And then around 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm sitting there fishing, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling that well. So, as the day went on, it progressively, felt worse and worse. And then I remember Monday night when I went to go to bed, I was freezing. I put a heavy comforter on. My wife was like, "You're crazy. It's cold, or yeah, it's hot up here." And so I was running a little bit of a fever. And then, of course, the next day I gave it to her. So that's sharing is not caring there, Of course, I cleaned my window and bam. Mother Nature love. I may have a new helmet coming. I may have pulled a trigger and I found one. We will see. Crazy times. Well, we hit the area that's got the sun on it. It feels good. Let that air hit me. That feels nice. John Deere for sale with a snowplow. Getting a little bit of hand cramp, but not all that bad actually. All right, these guys are busy today. Everybody's turning. Notice the churches have the LED signs now around here, and it's not like it's a new thing. They've been doing it for 10 years. I would have never thought that's something that would happen, I think it just seems kind of out of place to me. And I don't know if it's because I went to church a lot when I was young or why, but I don't know. Just keeping up with the times. Nobody wants to keep messing with those pegboard signs or whatever they call those, where you got to keep changing the letters. I get it. Get the message out there. That's the important thing, right? Alright, after this cheap Jeep, we are heading out. There's a vet. I don't see a whole lot of vets around. here in these parts. I promise I'm gonna get that transponder battery changed out because I'm tired of looking at that. And next week I still won't have it changed out, you know. Which one of these days my bike won't start and I'm really gonna be crying the blues. I was reading an article in my Facebook group, my Connie group, and they were saying if you lose your key fob, it's like over $1,000 to get everything, because you have to get a new, I'm not mistaken, you have to get another computer and a key fob and everything to match. Sounds like something you wouldn't want to do, so I'll have to keep that in mind. I got the actual, I don't know what they call it, the electronic key fob, and then I got one that has, it's just like a little, it's just like a key inside it. It's real small. I'm not gonna gamble today. I'm just gonna slow down here. We're gonna tuck in here. Can't see my speedometer, so I don't feel like blurring shit out. Just don't look down there. Don't be an ass. So beautiful. There's a Malibu 4-door. Hell, that's probably a $10,000 car now. Control action here. Let my hand have a break. There was a guy messaged on my last video, said he said I had a nice ride home, that he lived in Iowa where it's flat. And I have to agree, I would not like that. I've never been out that way, but doesn't sound fun. I'm not trying to knock it, but it's probably fun for top end runs. That'd be about it. Here's one of the straightest stretches of road that we have. That's not a major route. And a friend told me, right after he bought a 2003 SRT4, that he had it going down this strip of road about 145 mile an hour. Right in around here, we were on the binders. Stuff happens so quick at those speeds. Explain this to me. I wonder why when you're young and you still have your whole life to live, you do a bunch of dumb shit, and then when you get older and you've already lived, you know, over half of your life, you start getting wise and thinking, well, I better be careful, or I don't drive as fast as I used to. I wisened up. You think it'd be the other damn way around. You know, it just isn't. I mean, we were all young once. You know, you have no regards for shit. You just whatever's fun, whatever's the thrill. I'm glad I didn't get a motorcycle till I was 35. Maybe I wisened up a little bit. I'm sure it did. Then you always have the question, oh, if you had diagnosed with cancer or something, you only had 30 days to live, what would you do, you know? A lot of people start picking out all kinds of stuff, you know, and then some are just, I would just want to be around my family as much as I could. I think when I was younger, I was thinking about, somebody asked me that when I was like 17 or 18, and I was working with guys that were in their, you know, 30s, and I was the young buck working night shift, and where we were at, and somebody asked me a question, something like that, like if the world was going to end, what would you do? And I was like, you know, yeah, I'm going to drive to Pittsburgh and steal a fucking Lambo and do all kinds of crazy shit with supercars, and you know. And he's like, no, he said I'd go to my family and spend the last minutes I had with them. It made me feel like an asshole. You know, I was so selfish, thinking I'd just do something illegal, you know, and drive something that I would have no other means of, you know, being able to do. And it opened my eyes when that happened, you know. So the streams are still a little high, but there's 3 people there fishing already. God. This guy's he's trying to take my will to live. Jesus. Okay, we may have came off the ground there a little bit. This bike's definitely not as bad as my last one. That super sport bike, when you get behind somebody going like a snail's pace, it really, I completely understand road rage, but dear Lord. It's fairly bumpy, so I don't do anything dumb on it. It ain't worth it. Just beats the shit out of your back. If you drive normal, if you go 55 or so, it's seems fairly smooth. But you start wicking it up, and it feels like an endurance race, just holding on to your handlebars. There's my beautiful mountain. There's no place like home. It's time for some sloppy joes tonight, people. Who's ready for sloppy joes? Fucking nuts. Just thinking of Adam Sandler and the lunch lady skit. That was sloppy, sloppy, sloppy joes. And here we are. Also got my turn signal on. And there is another ride home. Hope it wasn't too boring. Oh my goodness. Guess my garage door's been open. We got chicken poop in here. Hopefully they didn't get in there too far. Oh goodness. I'm signing off, guys. See you next time.